Hello, it is Sunday the 23rd of August today. I think it's safe to say that Storm Ellen has passed. I've not been up here, I don't think, for about a week. Since I harvested my yellow beans that were, my Calidor beans that were growing in between my tomatoes here. I don't think I've really been up that much, to be honest. The weather hasn't been great and I've not really been feeling that motivated. So I thought I'd come up this morning, have a look round, assess, if there's been any storm damage on my plots and kind of make a plan for next week of what I need to be getting on here and what jobs that I need to be doing. I'm pretty sure from looking at my tomatoes, I think they're not really going to do much better this year. I think when I was up here the other day, I noticed that my Picasso potatoes have got blight. So yeah, I'm just generally going to have a look round today. Hopefully somebody's left me some stuff in the shed as well, some egg boxes that I can put my seed potatoes in for next year. So yeah, I'm not sure how this video is going to go. It'll probably be quite bitty, but it'll be interesting to see what damage has been done and how big my courgettes have got, because I haven't harvested any for a week. So here are the tomatoes. I think this year every single tomato variety is actually yellow that I'm growing, but yeah, as you can see, they look like they've seen better days. So I'm going to give them a water now and yeah, hope for the best. There's some more flowers on the one right at the front, you can see on the top left there. So hopefully I'll get a little bit more fruit this year. Okay, so I think this is the first casualty from Storm Ellen on my plot. The bean arch has completely tipped over, but I never actually repaired this before, so it wasn't really that kind of strong before this. But let's see if I can get this righted. So I'm quite pleased, because I didn't actually think last time I looked that I was really going to be getting any beans from there. So yeah, at least they're standing up now. I think a job for payday is this apple tree needs a proper big stake. So I'm going to treat it and buy a lovely big stake and get that straight, because as you can see, it's just leaning that way because it just gets battered by the wind all the time. I don't have any string with me today, so I might have a quick look and see if I can repair that now and just straighten those canes up and, you know, get it straightened up. A quick look in the potting shed and I found a shoelace. I think it's a shoelace. So this will do as a little makeshift fix for this until I do get it a nice big stake. So it looks like quite a lot of my sweet corn is kind of tipped over a bit, but because it was quite short in comparison to other people's sweet corn, mine seems to have fared quite well, and they have quite a lot of corn growing now. So fingers crossed I do get a nice little crop in a month or so. And hiding between the windswept corn is this lovely blue Hubbard squash. I can't wait to harvest that and try that. I've never grown this variety before. The chickpeas here look so windswept, and the soybeans behind. I was hoping that the soybeans would actually have flowered by now, but they haven't. So I don't know if it's a crop for kind of the greenhouse next year or something like that. But I think next week definitely is lots of weeding sessions going on, because this was my onion bed last year and you can just see that it is full of weeds again. So I need to keep on top of that so I don't have to worry about having kind of weeds year after year if I really tackle it this year. So these are the potatoes that I thought had blight last week. And there were a couple of spots on the leaves and I just ignored it, to be honest, or thought, oh, that looks like blight, I'll sort it out when I next come up. And I haven't been up until now, and as you can see, they're completely annihilated. So I don't know what to do now. If I just chop these off, hopefully the tubers aren't going to be infected with blight. I mean, the stems look okay, but the leaves look dead. So I think I'm going to cut everything off now and let the tubers maybe swell for a week or so. But I don't know if blight will have gone into the potatoes. I was really hoping that I could save these potatoes as seed for next year, because I only had a small amount of them left over from the year before. Yeah, if you've got any advice, let me know, because to be honest, I don't think I've really ever suffered with blight before this year. So there you go. It's unfortunate, but the Christmas potatoes that I planted at the beginning of August don't have blight, and they're growing really well. So yeah, pretty happy with that, but I'm just going to get this all cut off now. So I can already see there's some huge marrows here, so a lot of soups on the go, I think. There's the first one. So that was a little bit short and sweet, to be honest, but I thought I would bring you along to have a look at the damage as I saw it from Storm Ellen. As you can see, I always manage to get mud on me when I've been to the allotment, but yeah, this week I've been really busy with other things, to be honest. I had planned on getting the wood to do all of the wood around my patio, but I didn't actually get around to ordering that, and I didn't actually do any more filming up there, to be honest, because the last couple of videos I've done, people haven't really been that interested in watching, so I thought I would leave it and maybe do a little bit of a longer video showing more of the project as I do it, really. I also visited my mum this week. She lives abroad in Turkey, but our family home, she still owns it, so she had popped back because my grandpa's unwell and she was staying at the family home. So I popped to see her this week as well, which was great, because this is the home that kind of really inspired me to actually get gardening in the first place, because my mum always grew she never grew vegetables, but she always had a really nice flower garden and stuff, so it was really nice to actually go back and have a look around the garden. But it has been rented to students for about 10 years, so the garden is completely it's completely overgrown and stuff. But I did plant an apple tree there when I was about 20 or something, because after she moved abroad, I continued living there, and I had a few housemates with me and stuff, so I kind of took over the garden from my mum. But I planted an apple tree there that was, I want to say it was an M6 rootstock, so it was kind of a really tiny patio one, but I planted it in the ground and it's actually grown really big. I think it must be an orchard type rootstock, but actually, apart from it's completely growing on its side now because it wasn't staked, it had loads of apples on it, and my mum actually harvested the apples for me when I was there, so that was really good. But it also made me think, I've got an apple tree in a pot that Stan was given when he started reception at school, and we still got it growing in a pot, so I must actually get it in the ground, because I can't believe how many massive apples were growing on this tree. It was amazing. But anyway, I am going to head off now, but I hope you've enjoyed having a look at how overgrown the allotment is. I really need to kind of get my head down this next week now and try and do the whole hour a day gardening thing, because it's doing pretty well, but it's not going to be long now until we hit autumn. That's September the 23rd, 24th, 25th or something, and that's usually the day that I get all of my garlic in the ground. So I'm kind of feeling like this season is nearly ending and the next one's beginning, because for me, I always think that's kind of the beginning of autumn is actually the start of my growing season. So yeah, if I can do an hour a day and just keep on with that weeding, there's no flowers on any of those weeds, so it's not too bad. But if I just keep on top of that, I will just be able to get rid of all of those seeds from the ground. They'll all germinate, make little plants, and I'll pluck them out. Also though, let me know what you think about the Picasso potatoes. Obviously I cut off all the tops from that blight, but will they have blight in the potatoes? The stems looked alright actually. They were very thick and still look green, and when I cut them there was like a really nice crunch to them. So do you think that the blight would have actually gone into the potato? Because I'm really hoping that I can save those potatoes for seed next year. Anyway, I'm waffling on, so thank you so much for watching today. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, please hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of all of my latest videos. And YouTube have some videos up on the screen now that they think you'll like, so I would absolutely love it if you could click on those and have a watch of them, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye!